Now we're going to move on to Crash the Titan, because I said I was gonna. We have one single Titan crash today. Electra. I was just talking about her earlier today. 5-star version, mind you. How her 5-star version meshes really well with 5-star Electro. But that's a whole nother conversation. 4-star Electro is one of the very earliest 4-stars in the game. Not as early as Nick Fury or Invisible Woman or Wolverine, but she still was one of the earliest ones. She was super new to the game, and she came in with these trap tiles on black called Shadow Step, which you might be familiar with by now in this game, where she basically, if she's going to take a hit, she instead just, a trap gets discarded, and she takes no damage, and then you take damage instead. Not as much as you may have were going to deal, but still was good. And oh yeah, and they're black traps, right? So when it gets rid of it, she gets the 1 black AP back. So she can go and cast it quicker. She also has a very signature purple move, which for only 7, she steals a couple of enemies, strike, attack, projectiles, turns them into very good strikes for her team. But she also makes a couple of very weak enemy strike tiles. It was one of the first abilities of the entire MPQ game where you had a character that could make enemy tiles. It was very strange when it came out because people were like, why would I really want to do that? It means if I want to take advantage of it, I'd have to have double the amount of AP to make some and then steal my own tiles. But as the time went on, it became more and more obvious why this was a really good thing. And finally, her red, which is the Ballet of Death. It's just a glorified repeater, if I will. It's a trap tile, but it pretends to be a repeater. It does an effect every turn, and that effect is damage and stealing red, purple, and black AP. Back when she was new, it didn't do all that theft, and her purple didn't steal from all strike attacks and protects. It only stole from strikes themselves. But she's been buffed and rehashed over the years into this machine we have today. So let's move on to see what we're going to do against her. Which, by the way, if you haven't figured it out, don't let her get all the black. That Shadow Step is annoying. And if she gets enough red to do Ballet of Death, she's going to be stealing your black, red, and purple. So this can be difficult if you let her alive long enough to do this stuff. We get to go use 4-star Iron Fist Danny Rand. You hear my audible disgust. It's not that he's a bad character per se, it's just that he's one of those slow characters. He has good damage potential, but it takes a long time to get to it. A lot of people's use of Danny Rand based around getting to cast his black. Like Untuned Iron costs 12 black, that's a lot. But it does convert up to 8 friendly, protects 2 strike tiles. That's pretty decent. And then deals, almost 20,000 damage. That's not the best amount of damage nowadays in 4-star realm, but it is still a good chunk of damage. Plus, you have a lot of new strike tiles on your board, assuming you had the protects to back them up. A secondary thing that Danny Rand is actually known for is crowd control. For 8 green, he deals some damage, but then if there's more than one enemy remaining at that point, okay, that's a real important thing. If there's more than one enemy remaining at the point after that damage is delivered, then you gain 4 black AP. But if there was only that one enemy at the time, let's say you deal that 8,000 damage, and there's just one single dude remaining. So in other words, you could use that 8,000 to kill the second person, and now you're down to one person left. You only have one enemy remaining, right? You refocus and strike again to deal an extra 2,276 damage. So you could potentially do a little over 10,000 damage if you use this correctly, or you just do it to gain more black AP and try to get to that like unto Iron faster. Also, there's a nice little synergy there if Luke Cage is your friend in the fight, but honestly, it's not enough to bring him on the board all the time. And finally, there's Chi Focus, which is kind of lame for its cost. For 6 blue, put up to 5 so you can see a big thing. You get a decent power strike tile, right? Then if there are at least 2 friendly strike tiles on the board, fortify up to 3 of them and gain 4 green AP. So you can see how this blue leads to the green, then the green leads to the black. We get it. However, read that again. If there are at least 2 friendly strike tiles on the board, means you have to cast this. If he's your only strike tile maker on your team, you have to cast this at least twice with level 5 blue in order for it to get this extra ability. That's 12 blue just to get that fortification and extra green AP. It's a little pricey, right? At least that's how I think of it. So hence I put it at 3. I'm not going to rely on it. I like to make crowd control and Lycan 2 iron my big devastating hits. The best thing about Danny Rand, 4-star version, he gives you Shang-Chi shards, as you can see on the right. Anyways, let's get into it. Oh, before I get in there, let me go into the options. Let's turn on these character effects. There we go. Story, Deadpool Daily, and there we go. Crash the Titans. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh, I didn't realize that my auto mod kicked in and wanted to mod to not allow that in, John. That's funny. We all know what we're talking about. That's funny. 4 blue matches to start building green. I know, right? It's ridiculous. Do I start building the green now? Do I start? No, I think we got to take this black out of the equation. Let's call it what it is. We need that black ourselves. And if she gets it, she gets to do her shadow step. Her black ability is worse. Yes. Well, I mean, worst in the way, like, we don't want to go against it, right? Because it's actually a really, really decent ability, at least in my opinion. Do I take the... Yeah, I think we do. We're going to take this red into green combo. There we go. I guess I should take all that blue. I don't know. It seems a little... Is that worth it? I don't know. Let me work it. We all know, John. We know there was no racial bias intended with that. I say it all the time, too. It's just, there's 6 colors in the game. Actually, 7 if you count the white tiles. And, you know, her blue, her red, her black, you know, it's just colors in a gem matching game. We all get it. I'll take that match 4. Why not? Gives me enough blue to get us at least to see the visual. The sucky thing is, if I get enough green, we're going to kill her before we can see it. Twitch is a little twitchy. They're just probably protecting their own assets. Oh boy, throwing size at me now. She took my good tile. No. Left me with this bum tile. So if I do the green, I'm gonna kill her right now. It's kind of a shame. Could have waited for her to throw the purple and then use this blue. Yeah, I could have easily. You are correct. That's true. This is true. I could kill her right now with this green. I'm kind of tempted just to do it. Oh, I was hoping to match one of those blues just to see if the animation looked a little different. I don't think it does, though. We'll take that red. Oh no, they're stealing stuff from me. I guess I should just kill her, right? Oh well. Same animation? The blue doesn't change? That's a shame, Dark. Okay, well, that's Crash the Titans with 4-star Iron Fist, Danny Rand. He's unfortunately a little lackluster in the game, but, you know, he does what he does. Wow. I guess we got our rewards for Judgment Day Heroic. Top 250 Alliance, guys. Great job, Dark. High five. What place were we exactly? I don't know. Oh, pick one reward. Yeah, season's over too. Which one do I want? I feel like I have Sharon Carter and Carol Corpse at 3-star. And maybe even Fantastic Car at 3-star. But I guess I'll pick Fantastic Car anyways, because the other two I'm more sure of. So, claim. There we go. I guess I didn't have it. Good job. Oh, you want the Fantastic? Well, you probably have it. You're check the game, Dark. You have it now, I think. Well, at least you could pick it. Let's go in there and look at it. 3-star. Fantastic Car. It has a Hemi. Probably has more than a Hemi, knowing Reed Richards. The first 4 times an allied hero takes damage from an ability, reduce that damage by 35% and gain 1 AP. The first 4 turns, whenever the supported character makes a match, increase the match damage by 10%. Swap 2 pairs of random tiles, gain 1 team up. That's okay, but let's level it up. Now let's see what those numbers say. Reduce that damage by 50% and gain 1 AP. Okay, that's a little better. First 4 times a hero takes damage from an ability. Not bad. For the first 4 turns, whenever a supported character makes a match, increase that match damage by 42.5. Swap 2 pairs of random basic tiles and gain 1 team up AP. Not bad at all. And if you put it on Fantastic Four, first 4 times a special tile owned by the supported character is destroyed, they deal 4% damage to the target. That's not a lot to write home about. That's just extra damage. But I guess it could be buffed by strike tiles and other abilities, so that's something. But we don't use the Fantastic Four that often, I'll be quite honest. There's some good stuff to them. I guess maybe I'll put it on Human Torch Annihilus, because he comes into play more often than the rest of them lately. That might be kind of fun. But yeah, that's where we're at. Good stuff. Oh yeah, what did we finish with? We finished... There it is. Rank 154. Nice job, Dark. High five. All right. That's what I got for you tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for joining me, John and Dark. I appreciate all the support as always. I'm going to leave you guys to it and get putting this on YouTube, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Good night.